Hello, everybody. I guess I'm live, and I'm just going to wait and see if I'm live because I just wanted to talk about some things that have been on my mind, and also to see what other people have to say and what they've been experiencing, and just kind of share ideas. Okay, and I think that's a good thing to do. So I'm gonna wait a few minutes, and then I'm just gonna talk about what's on my mind. And I'm kind of a night owl anyway, so it doesn't bother me at all to be talking at this time. And I'm sure there's some other night owls out there that you know. Uh, let's see. Let's see. Let's see what I can do here with this chat. Uh-huh. And let's see here. All messages are visible. Okay, so I think that is that is working. I think I'm just kind of playing around because every time I do this, because this is like what, third time I think. So I don't be remembering what I did the last time. But I'm going to, let's see. I'm just trying to see if I can get let's try participants and see what happens with that. And if anything comes up on that. And also, if that doesn't do anything, I'm going to see if I try something else on there. I am known for playing around and figuring my way out of things. So I've been doing that a long time, teaching myself. But up here where I'm looking, now I see like one person is there. I think that's what that means, like one person is there. I don't know if that one person is talking about me or somebody else is there. So if you are the one person that's there, say something to me. So I can know that this thing is working. That's number one, that you can see me, that you can hear me fine, and that this is working. So I just wanted to come on here because, with all the different things that have happened in the last few days with people having such devastation with these tornadoes and all of that, and I wanted to just be prayerful, and I have been prayerful, and I will continue to be for those people who are in those situations. And I'm gonna mess with this some more over here to see if that does anything. Welcome. Let's see. Welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. And okay. B. Bill. Hello. It is working. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm glad to know that. Thank you for joining me in here. And I was just it was on my mind about, the devastation and everything that people have been going through. And not just the most recent one, but there's so many different levels and so many ways that this is happening to us, And I think that I just feel that I wanted to start out. Hi, AJ Young. Hey, everybody. And I wanted to start out just, if we could just have a moment of silence for those people and pray. If you believe in prayer, if you don't have to. But I just want to have a moment of silence for those people and pray that they get everything that they need and the help that they need and the strength that they need, and help them. Amen. So I just wanted to say that. And I had a situation here. I'm in upstate New York, zone 6A and B. And here we had 75 miles an hour winds yesterday. And I know that's nothing compared to what they dealt with. Okay. And this is not for me complaining. This is for me discussing and hearing what other people have to say and sharing ideas. I had put on a couple of shorts, and on my shorts, I had showed how my arbors had just been ripped out of the ground. And these are not cheap little arbors. These are heavy duty arbors that have been up there for years and with plants on them. So one of them, I'm sure, I couldn't look at it too long. I had to get away from it. But one of them, I'm sure that the plant on one side probably got ripped out of the ground. So I don't know if I'll have that plant anymore on there. But, and then after that happened, then today the power went out. Well, yesterday, a lot of people here in this area lost power, but I didn't lose power. But today I lost power. So I was trying to get on there and trying to find out, well, what happened? Why, And so I belong to a Facebook group that is specific to my area, my community. So I went on there to see what was going on. And I was reading what other people were saying, and they were saying that they had heard that in order for them to get the grid back up, that they would have to, some people are going to lose power to get the whole thing fixed, like because they had to lower the grid or something like that. I don't understand that technology, but that's from what I gathered from it. And so I was sitting here and I was thinking, because we're in a cold climate, although we're in the 40s, that's cold to many, but to us, it could be much worse. So I was thinking it was starting to get cold in here. I had lights and everything. So I was thinking maybe I need to go and get some gas for this generator. And, because maybe this is going to be a long-term thing because they got so many people that's with no power that it's going to take them a while to get it all working again. Well, as you can see, my power did come back on just when I was getting ready to leave. And I'm going to show you some stuff I got here. I had got these. Each one of these hold 5 gallons. 5 gallons of gas. And I bought, I got that last year. I've been preparing for a while, okay? So I bought those last year, and it was a set of, 1, 2, 3. I got a set of 4 of those. Now, I wasn't going to go out and buy all that gas. I wasn't going to do that. But I was going to go get some, so they have some on hand. And, so I was going to do that. And I got all my stuff together. I was getting ready to load the car up and go. But I had noticed that the county executive had said people stay home. Transformers had been blowing out. Don't go out if you don't have to. And so I was thinking, I don't know if I want to go out. I don't know if I should. But then I was thinking, but you might want to get this gas, even though you're not going to do it tonight. I'll bundle up and I'll make it through this, but tomorrow I want to try to have it just in case there's I didn't know if it would be a lot of people at the pump trying to get gas or what was going to happen. So I thought I would just go out and get some, but it came back on right when I was getting ready to go. And so I was just thinking about if any of you guys have had experiences with power outages. Have you made any kind of preparation for what is coming or what has happened to you? If anything that you feel that you could share that could help somebody else that maybe they haven't encountered it yet, but sooner or later, you're going to have an emergency situation. Sooner or later, it's going to happen. So I think that, I'd like to know that. And I just wanted to chat about that because I hear a lot of people talking about getting solar. solar generator. Well, I don't have a solar generator. I have gas generator. But solar don't work for everybody. I'm up north. For weeks, we haven't had sun. I mean, we've had sun, but not the sun that you need for those type of things. And the reason I know is because all around the outside of my house, I have solar lights everywhere. And my solar lights are the kind that when everybody else's solar lights are not working, mine be on. Mine haven't been on, or if they come on, they go 1 and 2 hours and that's it. That's the kind of sun we've been having. So the solar doesn't work for everybody. And when you in an area like this, where you have long winters, you got to have something that's going to work. And so, yeah, gas, a lot of times there's a lot of things. Solar's more convenient, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. But if it's not going to work for you, get something that's going to work for you in your area with your situation. Okay, so that's just kind of what was on my mind, what I was thinking about. And, I just feel that it's important for us to do something. Even if it doesn't work, at least you did try. You did something. Oh, let's see what she said. AJ Young, I don't have any generator and can't afford one right now. I have been thinking of saving for one, though. Yeah, I understand I understand. I definitely understand. And I know when I got mine, boy, that was a hard pill to swallow to get it. But I just went ahead and did what I had to do to get it last year. But that was before things even got how they are now. I was just planning for the future because for a long time I've been thinking you need to get a generator. You need to get it. You need to have some backup power. I've been thinking that for years. So I understand it's quite an expense. And see, B. Bill, I live in North Florida. I have both solar and gas. Okay, that's wonderful. My brother is in Florida. I think he's in North Florida. I don't know what Jacksonville is. Is Jacksonville North Florida? Anyway, yeah, he has gas too. He has a gas generator, but now that he may get a solar to go with his also, and I may get a some type of smaller solar one, just for situations like what I had today, if it would work. But judging how that sun has been, it wouldn't even work today. Let's see. Okay, so you have both of the generators be Brill. Yes, I live in Jacksonville also. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, yes. Well, he just relocated there from California and he retired. And I'm also retired. I'm a retired travel nurse. And he just recently retired. AJ Young, we had tornadoes hit mine 2 years ago. And so we keep extra battery packs for our cell phones. I'm trying to keep my gas tank at a half or above. Oh, that's wonderful. You said something good because I used to have those extra little charger things that you can plug your cell phone in. And it was like a battery, external battery. And mine, I used it so much when I didn't need it till it wasn't any good anymore. And I was sitting there thinking to myself tonight, you better make a list right now of the things when this happened to you today that you didn't have. And the first thing that came to my mind was I need to get another one of those or a couple of those batteries. And that was one thing. And the other thing is I got the generator, but I haven't tested it. It needs to be tested. So I need to have that thing ready to roll when I need it. And because it could be cold, it could be 0, it could be, wind chill 15 below or something. And then you don't want to be out there trying in the cold and you ain't got no power trying to figure out, you got to be ready. So that's the other thing that I said on my list. You got ready to a point, but you didn't carry it all the way through. So that's the other thing. And then another thing I was thinking about, let's see what we said over here. Okay. As I was watching somebody, I can't remember who it was, video, and the title was something like "Help's Not Coming." No, help is not coming. And I thought about that. I thought about that today. Of course, if I'd have called for help, I could have got help. But I try to be independent as I can and don't try to, do that. But I thought about that. We always think when we call for help is going to come. And I think of looking at that news and hearing that lady say, please, will somebody come help us? Yesterday, I saw that. And they was trapped somewhere. And I thought to myself, it's horrible. And there's situations like that where you really need some help. And, so I think we have to kind of come together more. I think people need to come together more and help one another like it used to be. I'm a grandmother, a great grandmother, and I can remember things a lot better than they are now. And but just think about that. Think about that. If help doesn't come, the police department don't come, the ambulance don't come, the doctors and the nurses don't come, your family, friends, relatives don't come. You're on your own. Think about that. That's a bad, rough situation to even anticipate. But I think we should all be prepared for if help doesn't come. How you gonna make it? How you gonna make it? Let's see here. Be real. Hello, it is working. Okay. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing there. Now I don't know how to move this thing, y'all. I'm trying to, let's see. It's good to be self-sufficient as much as possible, but some weather events are out of our control. You're so right about that. You are so right about that. And that's why I say, do all you can. That's all you can do. Because you cannot prepare for every situation. And there are going to be things you could prepare for this over here. Like I got a gas generator over here. And I think, okay, I got a generator. But hey, what if you can't get no gas? So you can't always, you don't know. There are going to be things that you can't do anything about. But if you do some things, do something. To me, doing something is better than doing nothing. But some things, absolutely out of your control. Mother Nature is a big one. A big one. Let's see. Yeah, self-sufficient as much as you can. Yes, that's right. That's right. As much as you can. Because you can't always do anything about it. You're right. That is so true. And that's what I was thinking about. And I think that's why people don't panic. Don't panic. Don't, because that's the worst thing you can do. That paralyzes you. But just try to keep a level head about whatever's going on, because some stuff you just can't do a thing about. And some stuff you can do something about it. Do it. Do whatever you can. Do whatever you can. So those are the things that was on my mind. And it was on my mind because I had experienced some things. And in my situation, even though my situation is nowhere near what people have been through, and are going through right now. I got stuff that I've got to deal with. I got stuff that I've got to get help with because I can't handle it by myself. And, and you can be self-sufficient, but stuff happens. Stuff happens. So I agree with that statement that you made, Bill. I'm saying Bill, but it's B, Brill. And I agree with that, wholeheartedly agree with that. And I think that AJ Young talking about a generator and wanting to have one, and you'll get there. I believe you'll get there. And you just do the best thing that you think is good for you and your situation, because sometimes people can say, well, you should do this or go make a bill or do that. Yeah, that's easy for them to say they're not in your situation. So, I've waited years and years and years and just got to the point that I got one last year. So it took a long time for me to get there. But I was looking, and maybe this will help somebody. I was looking at what's been going on. I started maybe 4 or 5 years ago looking at situations and how things are changing and what's going on. And then that's when I kind of got to the point that I started thinking, yeah, you need to start doing some stuff. I started gardening. Well, I had been gardening for years, but my garden went from a vegetable garden when my family was younger into a decorative garden because I had so many critters to deal with, woodchucks and stuff like that. And I just said, it's not worth it. Food seemed to me to have been safer. I felt more safe with what was going on in the world back then. But now I don't. Now I feel like I'm growing because I don't think the food out there is good. I think that I want to try to grow my own. I don't trust what's going on. And so it's a whole different reason why I'm doing stuff now. But I started maybe about 5 years ago, really looking at stuff and saying, you need to put certain things in place. You need to start putting these things in place because you see the writing on the wall. So I think that you just try to do the best you can. Do the best you can. And don't worry about it. If your best doesn't get you everything that you think you should have or be doing, don't worry about it. It was the best you could do. It was the best you could do. And you'll be taken care of. It'll work out. It'll work out. I'm a faith person, so it'll work out one way or the other. It'll work out. So I think that's it. Just do the best you can. That's all you can do. And just like today, I was thinking about myself and thinking, okay, well, you got to bundle up. You're going to, because it's starting to cool off in this house and everything. And then see my door back here, the screen door got ripped and broken. The wind caught my screen door and ripped the whole thing. So now my screen door has either got to be fixed or replaced. AJ Young, I really appreciate you saying that. Yes. Thank you. Let me see. My tiny garden. Hi, everyone. Hi. Welcome. Everybody, say hi to everybody. That's the way I think. People don't know people's situations and you feel bad because I know sometimes you feel like it's a weight on you, like, oh, I need to do this or I need to do that and I can't do it. And don't do that. Don't do that. Do the best you can and then leave it because that's all you can do. And I believe it'll work out. That's what's happened in my life. I'm not saying I didn't go through some stuff. Oh, yeah. But it worked out. Let's see. My tiny garden. Hi, everyone. AJ Young. I really appreciate you saying that. I read that one. Uh, B. Brill. I grow food too in my backyard. Wonderful. We have that in common. Yes. Wonderful. And AJ Young. No, the arbor and the screen door. Bless your heart. Yes. AJ Young. Hi. Any? Oh, okay. Saying hi. Okay. Wonderful. Yeah. Now it's got the screen door, and not only just one arbor. Took out my arbor in the front of the house and took out my arbor in the back of the house. So that just goes to show you it wasn't like just one side of the house. No, it was all around this house doing something. And and I haven't seen any other damage. I went out there and did a little brief inspection today. And I couldn't really look at that arbor because that really that bothered me. So I couldn't really look at it to see, is it really messed up bad? I didn't even touch it. I just looked and I just took a picture and I just had to get away from it for a moment, because that day before they had told us the wind was coming. Let's see here if I'm getting behind here. Yeah. Okay, people saying hi to one another. That's wonderful. They told us about it, so I had went out there, and it was cold. And I went out there trying to see what do I need to secure, what do I need to do with this, what do I, it wasn't that much because it's not really, I don't leave stuff out there like that. So I thought I was pretty good. I thought, hey, that's why you're right, Bill Brill. B. Brill. Some things you can't prepare for. It's out of your control. So I thought I was good. But then when I went out there, I was like, oh my goodness. And then the arbor in the back of house. I mean, and these are heavy duty arbors. They've been there for years, and then with a big old rose bush on it, and on one side, and then on the other side had a clematis, and I was just like, wow, that wind came in a certain way that just took that stuff out, So hopefully it's not messed up too bad when I get myself together enough that I can go out there and look at it, because that arbor and the roses on it that's one of the things that I really like in my yard. So I have to get myself together to go really look at it. Let's see if I'm missing anything over here. All right. I think I'm up to date with this chat. Yeah, so I get it. I understand when when you can't do something and you want to do something, but there's one thing I always try to remember is don't be guided by fear. If you feel yourself being pushed and guided by fear, don't do that. Don't do that. That is not the way to be motivated to do anything. And so I try to, because when I was younger, I think I did a lot of that. But now I try to think, there are things that I need to do or whatever, do the best I can, but I'm not going to be guided by fear. That's heartbreaking, but I pray that you will be restored sevenfold. You have beautiful flowers. Oh, yes. I do too. But they just things. It's all right. And if God give you that, you can get some more too. And, my roses, I love the roses. And, you know what? If that hadn't been for those roses, it's always, you can always look at things in a different way. But if it hadn't been for that big old rose bush that down in the ground like that, who knows, that kind of held the arbor up there a little bit, because it's leaning. If you look at that, go back and look at that short. I mean, it's leaning way over. You could see how much of the stakes on it had two over here, and I mean heavy duty. You could see how much of that came out of the ground. And that's what was amazing to me. Like sometimes you can see stuff and maybe it had a little something like that, or no. I mean, it really took it up. So I think that how can you prepare for that? You can't prepare for that. You just do the best you can and just keep on stepping. Keep on stepping. That's what I always say. Keep on stepping. Yes, just keep on stepping. It's all right. It'll be all right. Yeah. And it'll be interesting this spring to see what, because from what I was reading, I forgot, was the Farmer's Almanac or was something I was reading similar to that. And it was saying for our area here in upstate New York, zone 6A and B, we're not really going to have a lot of snow per se. We're going to have snow because we do have snow. But it was saying cold and ice. And I was thinking to myself, you can't really prepare for ice. Really. I've been here almost 40 years. And in the 90s, we had an ice storm. And we were without power in my household for 2 weeks in the midst of the winter. If it was an ice storm, that means it was cold. And you don't know what like being cold really feels like until you're in a situation like that, where you don't have any power. It's cold to the bone, cold. And we thought, oh, we'll bundle up. We can stay in the house. We had to go to my sister's house. She had power. She lives a little ways from me. She had power. And we stayed there. And luckily, because 2 weeks, that's a long time. And it was rough. It was very, very rough. It was a lot of us coming in her place. She had a little place and it was crowded. But, that's what you do. Family help one another. She helped us. And I had a little dog. And my dog was very nervous because she didn't, he didn't, he was nervous about being relocated somewhere. And I remember he peed on her rug, and he was housebroken, but he just did that from being nervous. So I could tell she tried to hide it, but I could tell she was upset about that. And so I said, I think we need to go on back home. And we done been over here long enough. We went on back home, and the next day, power came back on. But I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I had my sister, that she had power, and that we had a place to go, because that was cold. Oh, that was cold. Oh, Stephen J. Coleman. Stay safe. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Say hello to Stephen J. Coleman. That's my brother there. And we all just on here chatting and sharing experiences. And it's wonderful, wonderful that we can do this. And I'm so glad that people are sharing some things, because I think that in these times, it's very helpful to share, because it helps you to feel you're not alone. You're not alone. Other people have been through it. Other people have made it through it. Other people gathered something from it, or they did this, they did that, and that helped them. And it may be an idea that you never thought of, So I think that that is critical. That is critical to have that. And this is community. This is community. YouTube is community. We're a YouTube family. So this is a community here. And communities, whether they know it or not, help each other, you know. And so I think that that's why I decided to come on. I decided to come on because I wanted to talk about it. And you know, it's I've had some experiences. I've had some, let's see, it was like, I think it was 2 years ago that we had 88 mile an hour. Now we had 70 yesterday, and you see what that did. Well, we had 88 mile an hour hurricane winds here in upstate New York. We had never experienced it. I mean, this whole wind thing here is new. We never used to have stuff like this here. But you just got to go with the flow. Things are changing. So I remember I was supposed to go to work that day. I wasn't retired. And I was supposed to go to work. And I was listening to what they were saying about the wind. And I was thinking about, ooh, do I want to be in a car on the road? I don't know. And I had to drive to the next town to get to work. And so I was thinking, I don't know if I want to, you know, should I be out there? And so as I was hearing, I remember when they said like tornadoes sound like a train. Well, I heard something to me sounded like a train. And it was hitting my house. And I heard stuff ripping. I didn't know what it was, and I wasn't finna go outside to find out. But I heard stuff ripping, like something tearing and ripping. And I'm gonna tell you, I said panicking is the worst thing you can do. I was panicking because I was like, oh my goodness. Well, first of all, I know I'm not going to work. I'm not going to be driving in that. And then secondly, what is happening to this house, and do I need to get out of here, or do I need to try to go to the basement or do something? And I was talking to my son, and he could hear it in my voice. And he said, Mommy, do you want me to come get you? I said, yes. When he got over here to get me, and we went outside, when I saw what was ripping, the shingles on my roof were ripping off. It was ripping the shingles off. And so that was bad for me. But when I saw what happened to other people here, big trees fell on people's houses, people's whole roof thing caved in. I mean, it was devastation. So that's why I say for those people in those states that went through all that they went through and that they're still going through, my prayers are with them. My prayers are with them. And, you know, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to see it. And when I heard that woman saying, will somebody please come help us on the news? Oh, that was horrible. Because I could imagine, she said, we trapped. And So, you know, there are things we can't do anything about them. You know, but I'm a prayerful person and I believe in praying. And so I pray for those people. I don't know those people, but they're human beings. You know, this is a community. This world is a community. And we should care for one another. And prayer is powerful. So anyway, y'all, I'm so glad that people have come and joined in here, and that, you know, you guys have said a few things that have helped me. You know, when I think about different things that have happened around here and different things that I have to deal with now out there, the devastation, and now I got to get that door done. Either replaced or repaired. But it can always be worse. It can always be worse. I'm still alive. I'm still here. I'm still have a house to live in. It's so many positive things that you can take out of this. So that's what I want this to be, positive. I want this to be positive. I want this to be, do what you can and then keep on stepping. Don't worry about it. It's going to work out. It's going to work out, you know? So I think my tiny garden, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Powerful. Not that many words, but powerful words. Thank you. Um, but let me see something up here about for our cell phones. I'm trying to keep my gas tank. Oh, okay, I did read that one. Yes, yes. And those are good things to be doing. And so like I was saying earlier, that I make that little list for things that when I sat here today thinking to myself, okay, what things do you need to put on that list that you didn't have here today? Well, one thing for days, it's been on my mind. See, it's been on my mind for days to go get some gas in here. I didn't have it in here. So, I mean, I got enough gas out there for the snowblower, but I didn't have enough gas if I really have to use it. I didn't have enough. So I'm not going to stockpile gas in here because that's not safe. But if I feel I see something coming, like they had told us already, just when the stuff was coming, well, I could have went yesterday. I could have got at least one of these things with some gas in it, because it's not going to be stockpiling the gas, because the snowblower going to use the gas. So other things can use the gas, but at least it would have been in here, So let me see what I'm missing over here. Bill Brill, living in a hurricane state and having gone through several prayers has been my saving grace through it all. Through it all. Amen. Amen. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And living in a hurricane state. Yes, that's right. You in Jacksonville, Florida. And I think that's what you shared with us a moment ago. And that's right. That's right. So, I mean, I'm just taking time to soak in, what you're saying, and soak in what, people are sharing, because that's what this is all about. I'm getting from you guys, and hopefully if I share anything that helps somebody else in some way, or just a positive word, a positive word. I had somebody on my I remember who it was, but I'm not going to say, on my YouTube channel. She came and she said she looked at my gardening video, one that I had done with all the pretty flowers on the front and everything. And the person said that they needed to see something different. They needed some encouragement. They needed, because of all the devastation and everything that they were seeing and all that, that just took their mind away from it, if it was only for a moment. And that really blessed my heart, because when I do my videos, that's always my intentions. My intentions is some kind of way, this is going to bless somebody in some way, even if it's a flower, even if, it could be a vegetable. It could just be something. That's what that person needed that day. And so I felt good about that. I felt very good about that, and that my video did that. And I remember I went back and I found the video that she was talking about, and I put the video on and I looked at it and everything, because I wanted to see. I wanted to soak that in for myself, so that to keep that in my mind, to help me grow, help me to help others. Okay. And if you've been watching me for a while, or if you haven't watched me, there's one thing about me is I'm real. So I'm not that fake, phony person. That's not me. So I'm just an everyday person, an old school, old school person. Back when people had, morals and values and caring about things and stuff like that. Let's see what this says. Sunday Backyard Farmer. Hello, Cynthia. Backyard Garden Tips and Chat. Hello and welcome to the chat. We're glad to have you here. So I think that I want to always be mindful of that, because the day that I stop putting a video out that is, there's so many words coming to mind that I want to put in there, but I want to come up with one word: inspirational, comforting, something like that. When I stop doing that, and whatever other way I'm going, I'm on the wrong path. That's when I need to stop doing this, because as long as I'm on the right path, everything gonna be all right. Just keep on stepping. Keep on stepping. That's what I always say. Keep on stepping. Yeah, stuff gonna happen. Just keep on stepping. Let's see. Okay. People saying hello to one another. That's beautiful. So I hear some people referring to things as a ministry. Well, for me, I'm a nurse. Even though I'm retired, I'm still a nurse, still licensed. Nursing was always a ministry for me. And I think the nurse is still there. I'm still a nurse. I'm still doing the things I'm doing. I'm retired and I'm enjoying the life and the years that I have, and I think that I hope that shows in my videos. I hope that the inspiration and the genuineness, if that's a word, comes through. That's important to me. So let's see here. I'm missing anything? Okay, people still speaking. Wonderful. And if anybody's in this chat that you don't know who they are or whatever, and they have a YouTube channel, you guys check them out. If anybody is in this chat right now and you have a YouTube channel and you know how to put your channel, link to your channel on here, you have my permission to put it in there. Share it with these other YouTubers. It doesn't matter if you're a creator or not. You are someone here who might benefit from someone else's channel. I don't have any problem with that, because I feel like this. What God has for you, when God opens a door, no man can shut it. So you ain't got to worry about nothing. Whatever somebody is for them, they'll have it. Whatever's for you, it's for you. You'll have it. So I don't think that people have to be small-minded in that way. I always say YouTube is the world. YouTube is the world. Don't think of it as just YouTube is the world. That's a big, that covers a lot, And sometimes I look at my analytics and I look in there and I see people that I have from the Philippines, the UK, Australia, and just different people who are watching my videos. That's heartwarming. I welcome everybody. And I'm so glad that you're watching. And also, hey, you guys, go ahead, hit the thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. that encourages me, and you know what that does for this. They'll show your stuff to people. Um, so I think that you don't have to worry about, oh, so and so did this. Don't worry about that. That's small, small. YouTube is the world. And I also think about the name, YouTube. YouTube. It's about you. So keep that in mind also. So I think that anybody else want to share that anything that they are doing or have done or hope to do for emergency situations, and that might help somebody else. I know that I've heard a few things, and people have shared a few things that just a little small thing. It don't have to be much. That blessed me in some way today, you know. And I think that I'm gonna get. I got that. Let me see over here. I took out some of my little stuff, that emergency equipment today. I got this here. This light here. I'm not gonna cut it on because this thing is super bright. But it sits down. Oh, it has a little hook on the back. You can hook it. It's like a working light, shop light, or I don't know what you call these. But I know that this is good for me. I always keep fresh batteries in it, and I always have this available and ready if I need to. Instead of buying like a flashlight, this is a multi-purpose thing where I can use it like a flashlight and use it in many other ways also. So I like to have that. And then I have this here thing here that, it's one of these kind that you can take this thing and manually do that. But I didn't have any power. Guess what, y'all? I was using this. I took my phone and I put my phone right in there because I was looking at I said, oh my goodness, I don't have that battery thing for the phone anymore. So I put it in there, and then I was doing that because I was texting my brother in Florida, and I was thinking I want to have a phone work in some kind of way. And so this was it's something I got off of eBay, but I like it. It's got this kind of light here. And then this here is the solar panel, which I keep this in the window. And then down here is the little radio. And then it also has something on here where you can make an emergency sound and on there. And then you can, got the little antenna thing that goes up. I could bring that out and stuff like that. And it was just a little something that I had got off of eBay. And but you know what? I used it today. I used it. So get you some little things like that you can use and whatnot. And the number one thing on my list to do, which I'm going to start doing that tomorrow, and that is get my generator all set up. It's already, but I have to, I haven't used it. So I got to get it ready. Let's see what's going on over here. Oh, you had that light? Okay. Yeah, you had that light. Okay. Came in handy today. And let's see. What we got over there? Go Power. Go Power Plus, huh? Yes. And when I get this, it's the funny thing about it. I wasn't even going to share this part, but I'm going to share this part with y'all. When I got that light, I'm going to hold it up here. I was on eBay and they had one like this, and it had a battery charger part to it, and which was why I had got it, because my car had been starting to, every now and then, if I didn't drive a lot, it wouldn't start on me. It wouldn't start. And all it needed was, I eventually found out I needed a new battery. But anyway, and the person who on eBay didn't send me what I ordered. And I was mad because they sent me this one that doesn't have that battery thing. And the main reason I was buying it was because of that. And so I was angry. I was like, oh, you ripped me off. You did a bait and switch. You said you had this and you sent me that. And I haven't been back on eBay since. But I guess I was supposed to have this, wasn't I? Because I used it today. So that's what I wanted to share on that. I wanted to share that. I wasn't even going to say that part. But yeah, that I accidentally, I'll say accidentally got that because it wasn't what I had originally went for. You know, might have had some of the same features, but it wasn't the same thing. So, yeah, Gold Power Plus, yay. Yes. So, I think that, you know, just be mindful of being ready. I know a lot of people are talking about this, and trust me, this is not my area. Okay, Bill Brill, as we approach winter, get some type of off-grid heat source, propane heater or whatever works best for your situation. Oh, you know what? I'm glad you said that. I was thinking that. And see, that was one of the things that I need to put on the list, because I was thinking to myself, if you don't want to hook the big generator up, you need something, because, you know, I may need to have some warmth. Of course, you're going to need some warmth in the wintertime. So, yeah, I'm glad you said that, because, see, I'm going to go back and I'm going to write this stuff down. Now that you're putting this stuff in here, I can now go back into this and keep my mind fresh on what I should be preparing for and doing. So that's a good idea. That is a very good idea, because I thought about a cooking source, because I was thinking to myself, oh, I'm hungry. I'm not going to open that refrigerator. I'm not going to open that freezer, because I don't know how long this outage is going to last for. But how could I warm something up? That's what I was thinking of, because outside, but now think about where I am, because it could be snow, it could be below zero, it could be whatever. Now I do have a fire pit, and it's a multi-purpose one where you can use it as a fire pit, and you can also cook on it. And then I have a charcoal grill, and then I have big, huge bags of charcoal that I have bought, that I keep around here. But I also have a lot of trees on my property. And when something happens to a tree, I don't throw it away. I used to put my trees to the road, but I've since learned wood is valuable. So now I keep my wood. So if I need to, I can burn that wood. But I'm glad you said that about the heat source, because that's something that has been on my mind for a while. And I can remember talking to my brother in Florida recently about, you know, well, do I need to get a wood stove? Do I need to, you know, because I've been kind of thinking like, what do I do if there's no heat and you can't get no gas? And you gotta have a plan A and a plan B. and maybe a C, D, E, F, G. Who knows? But you can't, I just think that you do. Let me see what's going on. Oh, yeah. She says she needs to, my tiny garden. She says, I need to start a list of needed items. Yes. And AJ Young, she says, I'm going to start a list also. Yes. I'm going to tell you something. And this is kind of like that, but it's kind of different too. Look at my shirt. But anyway, I had lists, like a 5-year plan list, a 10-year plan list, but it wasn't for emergencies, but it was just a list of things that I have done over the years, that I had these lists of things that I wanted to do. And so I wrote the list out a long time ago, but I never went back and looked at the list. But it was in here. It was in here. So one day I was cleaning out this area and I found the list. And it was amazing to me how many things on that list I checked off and said, victory, victory, victory. So make your list. Make your list, even though you have no way of knowing how you're going to pay for that thing or how you're going to get that thing or if you ever going to get that thing. But just putting that thing on that list does something. I believe that. So start your list. Yes, start your list. And sometimes we forget things, just like that heat thing has slipped my mind about. You need to think about some sort of heat. Because see, what I be thinking, go through my mind, like I have 2 levels in my house, the upstairs level, and then I have the basement level, where the basement level is where you got your pipes and your furnace and all that. And so I be thinking about, okay, well, the critical things, because sometimes I hear YouTubers and they be saying, you don't need to have all this, you don't need to have all, you don't need it. But I think of the critical things, like I need to keep my pipes warm so they don't bust and break. So I do need something that will be able to heat that. I'm not talking about long term. You mean you got to do something different if it's going to be that long. But I'm talking about a couple of weeks. That's long enough that you could survive an emergency situation like we had here with the ice storm, 2 weeks without power. And I think that just thinking of stuff like that, how could I do something that my pipes won't break, have heat down there? Because even up here, it's easy because I can go to a certain place that is small, cozy, and do certain little things that will heat that small little cozy space in there. Like they talked about with the, what do you call those, clay pots? Put the candle and the clay pot on top of that, and that creates the heat, and that heat will warm that space. Okay, that will work fine in a small, that's perfect. But then I need something. How do I stop those pipes from freezing and busting and whatever? So you got to have some sort of heat source, for situations. So think about these things. Think about, walk through mentally in your mind what things are critical that I got to do something about, and what things you got a little bit of time on. Because if you got a freezer, don't open it up. Don't mess with it. You're going to have a little bit of time on that freezer before things go to going bad on you. So you have a little bit of time, but certain other things you may not have a little bit of time on. You might need to have something in place for that. So have your list and then prioritize your list. And I think that for me, I don't know for anybody else, but for me, when I made my list, I didn't even realize it, because this was years ago, that it was going in here. that it was in there. Because when I was able to do stuff, I did the stuff that was on that list. But I never went back and looked at the list until that day I told you I was cleaning up and found the list and started checking off victory, victory, victory. So make your list. Keep on stepping. Do the best you can. You know, and I think in these times of the weather, I don't ever remember having to battle. It's like a battle with the weather or something to me. Maybe that's not the right way to put it, but it's like I don't ever remember having so many issues that's all around the weather. And when I look at my YouTube people and I hear what people are saying, and not too far into the video, what are people talking about? The weather. So I think that, let's see what we got on here. It's something on here. This message is held for review. I'm going to hide it. Let me see, can I hide that? Hide that. I'm not sure. This is all new to me, y'all. But if that was something bad, we don't want that. We positive in here. And if anybody sees something bad on there like that, if I do more lives, I got to get some moderators. But yeah, we'll get rid of the junk. As some people said, the cheese sandwiches. But anyway, I think that yeah, list is a good thing. And I was going to do the list this evening, but it was so dark. It was dark in here. I could see, but it was dark. And it just wasn't, right for me to be writing and stuff. But I'll tell you another thing that was helpful to me that got used tonight. And it wasn't even gotten for that reason. It wasn't even gotten for that reason. So I have a lot of battery operated things in here. Like you see that on the wall behind me right there. That's actually battery operated, and it's on the timer. And I have them around here, and I have different other things because I like lights. I like ambiance. So certain types of creates certain environment. So actually, when the power went out, those things were all lit up. That was the light in the room. So that turned out really good. So I think that, if you have stuff like that in your house that maybe you got it for a decorative reason. Actually, that decorative thing turned out to be functional. Yeah, it turned out to be functional. So I think that I like that because I sat around here and I looked and I thought to myself, wow, look at all the light that these things are providing in this room. And I never really used it for that. So if you have things like that in your life too, and if anybody's in the chat and you haven't hit the thumbs up, go ahead, hit the thumbs up, y'all. But I think that, let me see what else is on here. So think of different ways of utilizing things that you have in your home. I'm not a big advocate of candles that you light. because, especially if you have children. So I have a lot of the battery operated candles, and they're a lot safer for children and pets if you have pets around. So I think that, stuff like that, if you just had that stuff on hand, that you're not just using for emergency, but you might use it in other ways in your life. But then an emergency situation is functional too. Dual purpose. That's wonderful. Yeah, so I think that we keep that in mind of what we can do and how we can use things, and be mindful of people who may need help. Sometimes people need help and they won't ask. So keep that in mind too, because there are some people that they just need help. I think about the lady that I told a story on my last live that was in the parking lot and couldn't park her car. She looked like she was like in her 90s and probably shouldn't have even been driving, but she was there trying to get food. She needed help. I provided the help to her that I could provide, and I was thankful for the fact that I did and I could help her, and I think about all the people that was in that line waiting to get into their store. That shows you how this society is. They were all in the line waiting to get into the store, so everybody can try to rush and get whatever they could. This was when the pandemic first started and people were fighting over toilet paper. And not one person got out of that line. I was in my car because I just thought, let all them people go in there. I'm going to sit here in my car until I get ready. I'm not in crisis mode that I have to go in there. I probably shouldn't even been over there because I really had stuff in the house. But my point is this: not one of them people was willing to get out of that line to help that lady, because they was all focusing on what they wanted. And something very unusual for me, but when the Spirit speaks to me, I move. And I felt like I need to help this lady. And I did. And I think we just need to do more of that. Help people. There are some people who won't ask. That lady wasn't going to ask for any help. She was going to just try to park that car, couldn't get the car in there. The parking lot was packed and she was shaking. She was so scared and she needed help. God sends people to help you. So I believe that. So I think that I have talked. But if you have any questions, if you have anything that you want to say, any stories that you want to share, any equipment that you think people need to be thinking of. Oh, and I went way back, y'all. Let me show y'all this. I had a friend of mine laughed at me about this. Y'all, look at that. It's old. Some people might call it a boom box or whatever. I just call it a radio, but it's old. And put some batteries in it. I was sitting there in the dark listening to Lionel Richie, and they was playing all the old school stuff, having a good old time, relaxing. So I think that just keep things around because we're spoiled. We think of TV, social media. Well, I couldn't be using the phone because if I used up everything on the phone was dying, then, I wouldn't have had the phone. So I couldn't look at the television because there was no electricity. I wanted to read. I have some good books I would have loved to read, but I didn't have enough light. I couldn't see good in the light that I had for reading, but I had that. And they was playing all the old school stuff that I liked. And I sat right there and I was just like, this is nice. So just keep that in mind, you guys. And I hope everybody have a blessed Monday and the remainder of what time is. Oh, we already on Monday. Yeah. And that you be mindful of people that may need help, and that you make your list, and that don't let the list stress you. I used to make a lot of lists, to-do lists, and then I would be feeling all this weight on me from the to-do list. I don't do to-do lists anymore. But the kind of list we're talking about is an emergency preparedness list of things that you want to get, prioritize that list and things that you want to have. So do that. I think it's a good idea. And stay safe. Stay safe. And just remember, we in different times now. We in times of like I said, I feel like I'm battling with the weather. I talk to my friends and family about this all the time. I'd be like, what's wrong with these bugs? These bugs are like vicious. They like crazy out here. And because they never used to be like that. And it was just like the animals. I'm like, is it just me, or is anybody else noticing how these animals are acting different? So I think, because I have woodchucks, but I had got the woodchucks out of my yard. But since I done started doing more growing, I noticed I saw a woodchuck in the neighbor's yard. And the woodchuck was eating something in the neighbor's yard, but it was looking over here. And so I was like, But normally, if you out there working in the garden the way it used to be, that woodchuck wouldn't do that. That woodchuck wouldn't be out there watching you in daylight and out there. That woodchuck would be running, hiding in the woods and trying to get out when you wasn't around. So to me, I think they acting kind of different. And some of them in a good way, because I have my little birds out there in the yard. And I got one little bird that sings to me all the time. And I love it. I love it. So anyway, I think that I hope you all have a blessed evening. It feels like it's evening to me, but you know what I mean. And that you all take care of yourself, that you be safe, that you do what you can, but don't get stressed out about it. Don't beat yourself up if you can't do and get what you want to get, and do it'll work out. Just keep on stepping. It will work out. You'll be surprised. So I'm going to say goodnight. It's actually in the AM, so it's not night. And I want you to hit the thumbs up if you haven't. And check me out again. All you people who came in here and said hi to me: Stephen J. Coleman, B. Brill, My Tiny Garden, AJ Young. Let me see, did I forget anybody? I don't know how to make that go up. Let me see if I can make that go up. Go to the top. Okay, here we go. See if I forgot anybody. Sunday Backyard Farmer. See who else is here. I just want to thank you guys for joining in. Bye. Bye-bye. Now I'm going to see about cutting this off. This has been a blessing. Bye-bye.